Hello, Suze. It's lovely to see you today. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you. I cannot believe it's the 14th of December.
I know the year is racing by, heading into Christmas and God knows what else as well. But we won't even go there. That's a whole other subject. So it's great to get you on a call because obviously you have been through the Karmic Cleanse Programme that I do. Wanted to ask you, what was it that brought you to my door, as we say? Why did you feel you needed to enroll into this program?
Well, I've worked with you for a few years now, and you've helped me on the whole journey into finding this spiritual journey I wanted to go on, and you've helped me with that. And so this was, for me, it was almost the end of the journey. It was almost the last piece of the jigsaw, the Karmic Cleanse, and I'd had my eye on it for a while, but I genuinely believe you need to be ready to do things like that, and I had to complete first. And I've done quite a lot of work with you, and you've got me through an awful lot. So and I kept looking at it, and then but you know, money's money, and you know, there's other things that always come up. But then I was in a position I was able to do it one day, and I just did it. I booked it and did it before something else came up.
As the money was sent as a gift.
It is. I think it's very easy, and we've talked about this before, I think it's very easy to never put ourselves first.
Absolutely.
There's all money to be spent elsewhere, but I really wanted to do this, and I really believed it was the last piece of this puzzle where I've been rebuilding, and I booked it and we did it, and that's where we were.
And you're glad you did. So how have things changed for you, do you think, or within you or for you?
It was it's changed monumental. There was a specific time where the change was immense, but it was, I would say, one of the hardest things I've ever done. And so you have to work at it. You have to really face things that are maybe not hard to accept or to deal with, or you have to let go. And it's weird because sometimes we find it hard letting go of things that really hurt us.
Yeah.
And so this program got me through that, but it was very hard work. But so when I like I say, we've done a lot of work together. So when we started it and you were asking me to do things, one of the biggest differences I found, because I've done other things with you and had readings, you're actually sent away on the Karmic Cleanse to work on yourself. And that was one of the hardest things I've done, because it's easy to have a reading with you and you might guide us and give us, you know, sort of insight into paths and things we should follow. But with this, you'd literally set homework, and you've then got to go away and work at it, and you have a choice. And you either do or don't, and there's no point lying to you because you're a psychic.
Choice of a psychic coach. Can't get away with nothing.
That you can read that we haven't done it. I guess from the work you do, you just know if people haven't work.
And I know the shift that I will see in you energetically when you represent in the next session. So
and I remember one session I hadn't really done that much, but I felt that. But what it did give me, which was unbelievable, is it actually gave me the strength to deal with some of the things that were really holding me back. But you have to go away and work very hard on yourself to walk through that pain and those difficulties. The absolute benefit was I found when I'd come back into the next session, I was able to be open and honest with you about what I found difficult and found painful, and so for me it's also a very safe environment to go through all these emotions with you, because it's not easy, it's hard work. But it's been life-changing. It got me through some very difficult challenges that I had, and I got the strength using visions and meditation and grounding, all things that I've not come across before or I've worked on, and they're tools that I use now. I pulled in a few times, and you know, and so it has been life-changing. I've knocked massive brick walls down through that process. And one of the things, the visualization we did towards the very end, I actually went through a process recently which was exactly what that visualization was that I saw in that last. And I thought this one day, God, that was like that last session with you. And then I just thought, how did that happen? And when did that happen? You can let go of emotions and difficult times without even realizing.
It's great, isn't it?
Constantly working on yourself, but but
enjoying the process, not being dragged kicking and screaming through hard life experiences to get you to do the work. That's the difference, isn't it?
And you have to be ready for it. And I think that's why I've definitely learned over the last couple of years to not rush anything, and things will happen when it's the right time. And I get that day, and I thought, I'm just going to book this because I need to do it for me. And I did, and I guess it was the time was right because I had the strength to deal with what I had to go through. So it is life-changing, but it's hard. It's not easy.
So what would you say to anybody who's hesitating over that enrollment button?
I would say to have faith, and I can honestly say that, and I've said this for a long time now through personal experiences, I genuinely believe there is a piece of our soul that is so deep, nobody can hurt it and nobody can get to it. And if you dig deep enough, it is there. And I've really had to pull on that, and it's got me through. So I would say to anybody, it's not easy. It's not that, you know, if you're just going to enroll on it and think it's going to change this and it's going to change that, just with some conversations with you on Zoom, it won't. You have to work. And I went through very, very painful experiences with you on that program.
Yeah, because of your history. Yeah.
But like I say, I would say to anybody, I mean, I trust you wholeheartedly. I've done a lot of work with you, but I would say it is a very safe environment for you to go through whatever you need to go through. You know, you're going to be, and you're by our sides. I remember one time I got quite upset, but I could hear you in the background grounding me, so if anything, it's a safe environment to go through, but you do need to work hard. You need to be ready to just love yourself enough
to do the work,
to give yourself the opportunity to get through whatever is holding you back. Because I've come through the other side, and I genuinely believe it was the cleanse therapy that did that. But you've got to be ready to go through it. I will not lie, it can be hard work depending on what your situation is and what you want to be rid of,
how deep you're in it,
and how deep. And I kind of look back at a lot of my experiences, and you know, it's not a magic cure. They're not going to go away, they're not going to vanish or disappear, but I genuinely believe it's like things are an old life. I've just
have no power over you anymore.
No, it's quite incredible, the work. And I can specifically, the visualization on the last appointment was key. But we had to go through a process to get there, and I guess that's why you do it in stages over the sessions, building things. And there were surprises along the way. You know, I saw things I didn't expect to see. I saw somebody I was really not expecting to see, but it almost seems like they're old lives, and I've stepped past them, and they're in my life, but they're no longer prominent at the front of my all the time. So it's a very important, amazing therapy.
Thank you. It's been great to see your transformation. So thank you for sharing that. And here's to 2022.
Can you believe it? The other day, I remember Millennium like it was last week.
Bless you. Bless you.
But no, I thank you very much. And
no, it's my pleasure. It's been great to work with you, and thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you, Sam.